Buckingham Palace, the home of the Queen and her corgis, and Prince Philip. Like all good homes, Buckingham Palace has a garage. It's a rather large garage, for many vehicles are owned by the Queen. So let's go and have a look at this garage. It's called the Royal Mews. I hope you've got your money ready. It's going to cost you £4.50 to get in, or in real money, about $13. After we've been through security and had our bags x-rayed so there's no bombs and guns in them, and we've been waved down with this magic wand, we enter into the courtyard of this Royal Mews. The Royal Mews is not just a museum, but rather it's a working garage and stables. It's also the home of all the staff there, and they live in the upstairs building. These two men are not just riding around it in this bow-fronted Clarence to enjoy the sun, but rather they're training the horse to pull a carriage. Though the Royal Mews can house 100 horses, there are only 34 currently staying at the Mews. The most famous of these are the Windsor Greys, of which there are only 10. They draw the carriages in which the Queen and the Queen Mother and other members of the royal family and guests travel. The Windsor Greys are so called since they were kept at Windsor in the Victorian times, where they drew the private carriages of the royal family. Only after the reign of King George V were they moved to London. The collection of harness in the Royal Mews is probably the finest in the world, and it includes many sets of superb and historic state harness. There is a permanent display of harness, all of which is used from time to time, which means that occasionally some of the cases are empty. The prime exhibits are the 4 red Morocco sets of harness, originally made in 1792 and used for the state gold coach. The other 4 usually being shown on the model horses with the coach itself. We now enter a room containing a permanent exhibition of the various uniforms or liveries worn by coachmen and postilions. The coachman's state livery consists of a magnificent heavy scarlet and gold frock coat. He wears scarlet plush knee breeches, pink silk stockings and gold buckle shoes. This is the full state livery for a postilion and uses about 41 metres of gold braid and lace in this jacket alone. These postilion boots have an angled piece of steel covered in leather attached to them. This is so that the rider's leg won't get crushed against the drawing bar of the carriage when the horses are moving. This postilion jacket is worn for the Ascot processions on the 4 days of the royal meeting. Bargemen are officially called the Royal Watermen. They travel as boxmen, standing on the back of Queen Alexandra's state coach on the way to the state opening of Parliament. Chauffeurs wear double-breasted dark blue jackets, and their caps are the Royal Navy Standard Officers' caps. We'll now cross the courtyard to go to the state coach houses and have a look at some of the magnificent coaches that are on display. The first vehicles that we see are the small town carriages, designed for fine weather and drawn by light, elegant horses. Queen Alexandra's state coach is perhaps the finest coach in the Royal Mews, with the exception of the gold state coach. It was built in 1865 and used as a town coach by King Edward VII and Queen Alexandra. It is also used to carry the imperial state crown and other crown jewels to the Palace of Westminster for the state opening of Parliament. Queen Victoria purchased 2 of these state landauls in 1838. Today there are 6 state landauls in the Royal Mews, plus the 1902 state landau. They are used to convey ambassadors and commissioners with embassy staff to present their credentials to the Queen. The glass coach, built in 1881 and used in the coronation of King George V. It's the coach traditionally used to convey the royal brides to their weddings. This is the Australian state coach, and it was given to the Queen on the 8th of May 1988 by the people of Australia to mark the Australian bicentenary. It is the most modern and most comfortable of all the state coaches. It has electric windows and central heating. It did have wheels when they gave it to her, but perhaps they fell off. Now we come to the pride of the fleet, the Gold State Coach, built in 1762 for King George III. The coach itself measures 24 feet long, 8 feet wide and 12 feet high. Which is beautifully carved and gilded in 22-carat gold. The coach itself is steeped in symbolism, representing the greatness of England as a maritime nation. Besides having beautiful carvings, there are 8 painted panels, painted by Florentine artist Giovanni Cipriano. Just across from the gold coach are the state stables, and this is where the horses, already harnessed, wait to be hitched up to their carriages. The last part of our tour is the riding school, and this is the oldest part of the Royal Mews and dates back from 1765. It is used every day for the training of horses, which need to be able to perform in modern traffic conditions. Well, it's time to go. You go on ahead, I'll catch up with you. I have to go somewhere desperately. These are the public loos at the Royal Mews. Don't they look posh? No one here, so I took out my camera and got some shots. Sorry ladies, I couldn't pluck up the courage to go and take photos of yours. Gives new meaning to the term royal flush, doesn't it?